You guys doing? We're starting the land banking promo show today, and it's going to be running till Friday, right? And it's going to be a great time. Some of you notice I've just done a couple of posts to ginger all of you ahead of today's show. Huh? um, one of the controversy that went on 3-4 years ago and continued up to now was argument by people about how pastors are getting rich and members are not. And I remember speaking positively that time, and in favor of a lot of pastors. And my argument was, not all these pastors are using your money, okay, or it's because they're using church members' money. That's why they're getting rich. Many of them have become asset managers for their churches, and some of them have been able to help their church buy a property at as low as, let's say, I'm just giving an example, let's say $100,000, right? And they've seen the property grow to $1 million. Now, if they did that for their church, wouldn't they do it for themselves? Bishop TJX, for example, bought Potter's House, years ago, developed the whole place. But today, Bishop TJX now is growing one of the largest real estate companies in America for himself, not just for the church anymore now. Okay? And this is what people don't want to hear the truth about. That, again, I'm not saying there are no church pastors who are making members and manipulating members. There are many of them. But what I'm saying, in other words, is that members themselves, many of them, are not willing to be saved. They're not willing to consider investment. Many of them would rather want to pray. Many of them would rather say, Pastor, pray for me. I remember doing a conference in London, and we had like a pre-event meeting. And one of my speakers happened to be a pastor. I remember, I kid you not, the person did not tell the pastor, he was a speaker and he wasn't speaking about church because he is also an entrepreneur. This particular person did not say, Pastor, I look forward to learning how to grow my business when you come for the meeting tomorrow. You know what the person said? He said, bring a word from the Lord for me. I'm trusting God from a word from the Lord, from you. Like, now you're even putting the pastor in pressure. So even if there's no word from the Lord, he has to create one because you told him ahead of time that he must bring a word for you, right? So deep down, many members are not ready to build wealth, and I'm not kidding you. And the pastors understand this about their members. They know that the members are not really serious about building wealth yet. They're not ready to build wealth. They want to hear stories. They want to talk, but they are not interested in wealth creation. It's unfortunate, but these are some of the realities, guys. Real stuff. And I hope that some of this teaching will get many of us serious about our finances, about building wealth. I hope we'll get ready to build wealth today, because you can't go get to the next level until you build wealth. Farouk, I'm yet to see my slide, please. Can someone tell Farouk? I'm still waiting for my slide. He needs to send it multiple times until I get it. So, guys, it's important that you take serious the subject of wealth creation. You can pray, and that's why I did that post, and I said, pastors are praying and investing. Members, have decided to only do one thing: pray only, no investment. Just keep the prayer coming. And until members are ready to also pray, okay, and invest at the same time. I'm not against prayer. I'm a prayerful person myself. But until members are ready to pray this and invest at the same level and at the same pace they're praying, miracles will not occur in your finances. And these are honest truth I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Miracle will not. I'm a church person myself. I did not build wealth until I started investing and praying. I prayed for many years. The more I pray, the poorer I got. Until I took the subject of investment seriously, I did not become rich. So it's good to pray. Prayer is the key. I agree, but it's not the only key. Adding to your prayer is the decision to invest, the decision to become an investor. Are you guys learning? If you're learning, type I'm learning. I'm learning. We're streaming on Instagram, we're streaming on Facebook, we're streaming on YouTube. I want to see more people join our YouTube community. We're about growing our YouTube big time. Okay, big time. So if you're learning, type I'm learning, I'm learning. Come on. I love to get a response from you. So today we have a show. It's the Land Banking Investment Show. I'm going to be sharing a few things about land banking, and then I'm going to be giving you guys an amazing offer to invest with us. You're going to be getting an opportunity to get an amazing discount on all our properties about today, but we'll focus on 2 estates today. Tomorrow, another 2 estates till Friday when we end the show. So it's a 4-day show. Also, what's special about this show, if you buy 3 plots, you automatically qualify for either a trip to Israel with Daddy Gio. There's a trip that Gio is doing in May, and you will be qualified to attend for free, all expense paid. We'll pay your flight and hotel. Or if you want Maldives, so if you're not a Christian or you just want something more relaxing, you win an all expense paid trip if you buy up to 3 plots while this show is on. However, even if you didn't buy up to 3 plots, we'll do a raffle draw at the end of the show on Friday, and somebody is going to be winning an all expense paid trip. One person will win a trip to Maldives, another person will win a trip to Israel. Okay, so who is ready for me? If you're ready, type I'm ready, I'm ready. Like I always shared with you guys, I love a very engaging class. I'm not seeing my audience. What's going on, Jamie? I can't see my audience on. Okay, I'm not seeing the comments now. Okay, I've started seeing the comments. I was wondering what happened. I wasn't seeing the comments. I'm not sure. I also can see the amount of audience we have on YouTube and Facebook. I'm not sure I can see it. So as you're joining me, please tell me your name, your city, where you're joining from as we start today's show. Okay, once again, I want to thank all of you who are part of today's show. I really, really want to thank you for choosing to be part of today's show. We'll be having a wonderful, wonderful time. Okay, and it promises to be a great time. You know, it promises to be a great time. So are you ready for me? Are you ready? Are you ready? Come on. Are you guys ready? If you're ready, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Okay, are you ready, guys? So I want to ask for those of you who are watching me on Facebook, I want to confirm, can you guys see my screen, by the way? Can you guys see my screen? Let me see now. Can you see my screen? Okay, I can. Those of you on YouTube, on Instagram, I don't want to leave you out, so I'm gonna be showing you my laptop for a while. Okay, till later on when I will then move back again to show you my face. So for those of you on Instagram, can you see my screen? Wow, those of you on Facebook, okay, you can see my screen. That's beautiful. So I'm going to be sharing, like I said, briefly on land banking, and then I'll take a lot of questions once we're done with the class. Again, I'm Stephen Akintai. I'm the founder of GTEX Holdings. We are a group of companies who are into real estate, agriculture, software development, e-commerce, and several other businesses that we do. I want to share with you a couple of famous quotes on real estate. Let me start there. Real estate cannot be lost or stolen, nor can it be carried away. Purchased with common sense, paid for in full, and managed with reasonable care, it is about the most safest investment in the world. This is Franklin D. Roosevelt. He's a former US president, late now. And this is one of the powerful things people need to understand about real estate. It cannot be stolen. Once you buy it with care, once you buy it right, you can't lose real estate. It's there forever. Okay, it's there forever, and you get that opportunity, that benefits of being a smart person to have invested. The second quote I'm going to be sharing with you today is by Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie at some point was the richest man in the world. He's an American billionaire, industrialist. In fact, at some point he owned more than 50% of the real corporation in America. So 90% of all millionaires become so through owning real estate. More money has been made in real estate than in any other industry investment combined. The wise young man or verged earner of today invests his money in real estate. This is billionaires talking. These are not just ordinary people. The third quotable quote today is buy on the fringe and wait. Buy land near a growing city. Buy real estate when others want to sell. Hold what you buy. John Jacob Astor, real estate business mogul. This is one of the things I did. The amount of real estate I've acquired under Buhari's brutal government, okay, is second to none. Because you know what? I knew that the economy will get better. I knew that a new president would be sworn in. And I was just too sure that it can no longer be as worse as Buhari. And I assure you, you're going to see it. You're going to see that I'm right. That real estate prices are going to be going off the roof, particularly with Tinubu being sworn in. Tinubu understands real estate big time. Big time. Okay? See what he did with Eco Atlantic. So real estate is about to go really up in Nigeria, and some of you did not even buy when you could buy cheap, right? Because in desperate economy, in poor economy, even we, the developers, were selling it way cheaper. Well, in the next few years, you're going to be seeing us selling crazy prices that you cannot even believe. The last quotable quote I'm going to be sharing says, find out where people are going. Buy the land before they get there. William Penn Adder, American vaudeville performer, actor, humorous social commentator. I'm going to repeat that quotable quote again. I love that very much. It says, find out where people are going. Buy the land before they get there. So I got some data that showed me that Lagos is number one in real estate. Port Harcourt is number two in the whole of Africa, not just in Nigeria. Abuja is number two. Port Harcourt is number three with another Johannesburg city in terms of appreciation, capital appreciation of real estate. I got another data that showed me that four largest cities in the world will be in Nigeria in the next 70 something years. So when you see me invest in a very crazy way in real estate, it's not by mistake, guys. It's intentional. I've figured out how to be one of the richest people in the world. Let me play this video for you guys. And this one of my favorite pastors in the world. And why I love Pastor Matthew is, unlike a couple of pastors who are, who are entrepreneurs but don't tell anybody, Pastor Matthew will put in your face. So if you're a follower or member of Pastor Matthew's church, you can't say, "Oh, my pastor didn't teach me how to be wealthy," because Pastor Matthew always talk about real estate, and he always talk about the ones he's buying, both in the Are you guys hearing this? From 1.5 million, this is another pastor, by the way, in Houston. Okay, it's a popular pastor in Houston. You know, the church had about 1.5 million in the bank. He went to ask his mayor, where is growth going to? They told him the place. He went there, he bought a property, and then sold it for $3.6 million in just 1 year. Right? So when you see all of this happening and people are doing all of this, the question is, what are you waiting for? Why are you not joining in the movement of land banking, of buying land? You can see the first video. He bought that land 23 years ago. Pastor Matthew bought the land. Like, yeah, because sometimes I've seen people say to me, "Oh, Stephen, you know what? I want to buy property, but you see, I want on the express road." And then I say, "What's your budget?" They tell me, I say, "You can't afford that." The people who are able to get the best land bought it when it was nothing. So don't tell me you want Lekki Epe Express Road and you don't have 40 million. A gentleman was telling me, "Oh, Dr. C, we have this beautiful idea. I want to set up a bar. Okay, I want Lekki Epe Express Road. I want 1,800 square meters." I said, "What's your budget?" I said, 10 million. I said, "That 10 million will not even buy 400 square meters anymore." What should that young man be doing? You should go and buy Lagos Ibadan Express Road. Leave it for 5 years. You should go and buy, Sango Ifo Express Road. Leave it for a couple of years. You should go and buy, Sango Ota, right, leading to Canaan Land Express Road. Leave it for a couple of years. You need to understand the people who are milking Ibejuleki, Lekki Epe, were those who went. I'm talking about prime location of those places, were those who went there years ago, right? Because many of you don't have the budget to cover your desire. You don't have it. And then you want to keep insisting, okay, that is a particular type of real estate that you want, but you don't have the funding for it. You don't have the resources for it. The money you have cannot cover that at the moment. Are you learning something, guys? If you're learning, type I'm learning. Come on. I love a very interactive class. Are you learning? Okay? Are you learning? Talk to me. Come on. I need energy, guys. I've dedicated the next 2 hours just to teach you guys for free without charging you something. On top of that, I'll be giving you the most ridiculous offer on my real estate. You stand a chance of going to Maldives, going to Israel. Come on. You better give me some, response. If you're learning, if you're getting value, talk to me, guys. Okay? Beautiful. So, the next question is, what is land banking? Okay? We've been shouting this land banking, land banking. What is it really? Okay? What's the definition of this thing called land banking? Somebody was asking me that question as well the other day. He said, the other time we just knew to buy land. Now you guys have all this name, land banking. So land banking is amongst the relatively low risk investment opportunity with a potential for high returns. Land banking is one of the oldest real estate investment practice where investors buy small or large quantities of undeveloped land. Remember the word undeveloped land. Everybody type undeveloped land. Okay, come on, guys. Everybody, I want to type the word undeveloped land. Everybody type it right now. Undeveloped. Learn the word undeveloped land because this is where people miss it. They want to do land banking with developed land. That's not land banking. That's just pure development, right? The concept of land banking. I've seen people who bought land and they will say, "Dr. Steve, I never knew the place is far." What do you think land banking is about? Undeveloped land. Get the word. So I'll repeat it again. Land banking is one of the oldest estate investment practice where investor buys small or large quantity of undeveloped land, intending to profit from the resale of the land in future. Land banking can also be defined as the practice of buying land as an investment, holding it for future use, and making no specific plan for its development until the future. So this is what land banking is about. So when people don't get all the details about land banking, we miss big time. We come up with this concept, oh, that Stephen, I want to do land banking, but we do not even understand what we're trying to do. We don't understand the merit, the process, the concept around it. And at the end of the day, we even feel, we even sometimes we've done it right, and we still come back regretting and complaining and playing victim and playing all manner of nonsense because we're not even getting how does it work. I've seen many people lose opportunity to build massive wealth because they just don't understand the concept of what they're trying to do. So they get tired, they give up too early, and they lose all their fortune. So I hope you are learning, guys. So number next is secret tips about land banking. Are you ready? If you're ready, everybody type, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on. I love energy when I train. I love interaction when I train. I love that you drop comments, you drop, come on. Is the energy I feed off? Because remember, what people don't know when I do trainings like this is that I'm all alone in this room, okay? And I'm assuming that there are thousands of you I'm talking to. So what happens is that the more you comment, right, the more you give me, I'm not able to really enjoy the fact that, okay, I think I'm talking to people. I think there are other people at the other end of the phone who are watching, who are learning, who are getting value. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So very important that you comment, you say good words, you appreciate the value that you're getting. Remember, you didn't pay for this, and I'm just sharing. And there's so much more to come at the end, where some of you have opportunity to get estates at a very ridiculous price today. But a couple of rules to the promo we're running today. Number one rule, you have to make payment while we're on this call. And I hope Farouk added the account for people to transfer to for those buying the property. Number two thing, and as well as the email they need to contact to get the form and all the information. Number two thing is that we only have 10 slots available. Number three thing, which is very important, is only outright payment. This is not an offer for, okay, I'll pay small and then I'll balance later. No, it's an offer you pay immediately, transaction close. So let's go. Tips for land banking. Let me show you a couple of tips I have here on my slide. I hope those of you watching can see it, okay, those of you on Instagram. Number one, always buy in bulk. So if you're going to do land banking and you want to make good money from land banking, buy in bulk. Because you're going to regret it over time if you're not buying enough. So I bought one particular estate or particular land, turn it to an estate, but I bought 10 acres. Today is one of the biggest regrets of land banking that I have. Now, at the time I was buying the 10 acre plus, I felt the price was too much. It was even way more expensive. I was buying for well over 3 million naira per plot. So I felt this was ridiculous. Now, my biggest regret was the fact that I didn't buy more because I got it, I started developing it. And guess what? Everybody around me started increasing their price, even though they didn't develop their own land. And when I now said I wanted to buy more, somebody a bit far from me was telling to pay 35 million. I felt like knocking the guy off. Like, are you kidding me? Right? I mean, they were just calling crazy amount of money. Like, oh, Lord have mercy. The cheapest I got was 12 million. And even that one said I needed to drop, I think, 400 million immediately. So, buy bulk. Okay? Buy bulk. Because you might be thinking, oh, this is a small land. The place is far. I'm not sure this is going to work. I'm just throwing money. Who knows? It's some risk. And years later, you're going to realize that it's one of the wisest decisions you've ever made. Number two, be ready to leave it for minimum of 5 years. That's what I say. You can leave for more than that. 10 years, 20 years. Like in the case of the video I played earlier by Matthew Ashimolo, Dr. Matthew Ashimolo, he left his own for 23 years. And now he's building commercial, he's building residential, he's selling some of the plot off. And I mean, massive project he's doing there now. But he left it for 23 years. So this is a long time game. Why can you not The question is, why not sell it after a year, after 2 years? Nobody's saying you shouldn't do that, but you're not going to get the highest level of profit doing that. Okay, and what you then realize is that it was almost as if you work for others, because those who then buy it from you are later going to sell for way, way, way more than the amount. So why not do some bulk? And when I say bulk, bulk for you can be 3 plots, can be 6 plots, which is 1 acre, can be 2 acre, can be 3 acre, but try and do bulk. Okay. Number three, look out for incoming development in that area. So before you say, oh, I'm going to do land banking in a place, what are the development coming to those areas? So for me, every place you see us harvested, there's a target there. Okay, everywhere there's a target. There's either they have the largest universities in that area, and I know more universities are coming. It's either it's on the express road, it's a commercial route. In Monia, I was targeting the new business district. Or your state is doing the rail, the new road as well that will link to Lagos Ibadan. There is always something like that is targeting when it's doing land banking. Okay, there is a major project in that coming to those areas, and so I know that give me a few years, those projects will have arrived, the value will have gone up. If you're buying bush, you are buying right. That's number four. Come on, everybody, I want you to be typing these tips. Okay, can you help me be typing it? So let's start with number four, because you need to type. The more you write down, the more you remember. So number four, if you're buying bush, you're buying right. Everybody type that. If you're buying bush, you're buying right. Okay, so the concept of I'm buying a already developed location just basically means you're doing development. It does not mean you're doing land banking. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's also another form of real estate. Nothing wrong with it. But the issue is that those who can do that are those who are a lot more financially buoyant. So I give you an example. I could buy a place, even Mr. Vactor, I could buy a place in Ikoyi, right? So the money to buy 1 acre in Ikoyi, I'll use that same money and I'll buy 100 acre in Lekki. And for me, in the short term, Ikoyi is better, but in the long term, Lekki is better. And that's really how this works. So you can buy where that is already developed, you pay more, and you get a smaller portion of land. You could go into the bush, get a larger portion of land, give it a few years, and you make way, way more. Okay? It's up to you. But for land banking, if you're buying bush, you're buying right. But please let me stop here and also warn you. You need mentorship, you need training. That's all of you who are not yet in Steve Vactor University. You are losing big time. You should join Steve Vactor University today, because we are constantly doing trainings. We're constantly educating. We're constantly having programs that will teach you a whole lot about what we're doing. And many of you don't do that. And I've always wondered why. Constantly get a mentor so that you don't put yourself in that situation. You go and buy the wrong bush and then it doesn't appreciate it. And say, but Dr. Stevie said we should buy bush. Hey, did you consult Dr. Stevie before you went to be buying the bush? There's always a right bush to buy. It's not just buying bush. Which type of bush, which particular one are you buying? You must buy it right. Number 5, everybody type. You on YouTube, you guys are not typing, only Farouk typed. The rest of you are just watching. Type, guys. Number 5, do not buy with emotions. Number 5, do not buy with emotion. Everybody let me type it. Do not buy with emotion. A lot of people make these mistakes, right? Particularly my brothers from the East, right? And I realize that it's the ones who are not rich amongst my brothers from the East that do that. When you look at Alan Oyema, he's an Igbo man, right? Most of his real estate are in Lagos compared to the East, right? Not that they don't invest in the East, they do, but they know that they want to put their money where they will get highest level of return. Look at Cosmos Maduka, because of his car business, right? The whole of Lagos has Cosmos Maduka's property all over, all over, right? I can go on and tell you all the big time Igbo guys who own Lagos, right? Big time. They practically own Lagos. If we should use the word own, they own Lagos practically. Can you guys hear me on Instagram? Instagram, are you there? I hope all is well with Instagram. So they practically own. So when you're doing real estate, very important that you don't play the emotional card. I've seen people play too much emotions and they lose big time when it comes to this business. Okay, okay. So please, very important that you're smart and intelligent and choose not to be emotional about this. I don't know what's going on with my Instagram audience. Apologies. Let me see what's happening with you guys again. Um, let me see. But for the other people from other, are you learning, guys? Talk to me. If you're learning, please let me know. Just type I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. For all of you watching from all over, if you're learning, please type I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. I just want to be sure. So I'm gonna end Instagram live and just start all over again. I don't know why it practically went off on me. But let me see. Let me do this. But guys, are you learning? Okay, I'm gonna be back again. Are you learning? If you're learning, just type I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. So I'm going live again on IG. Uh, okay. So that's number five, where do not buy out of emotion. So what do we mean by don't buy out of emotion? So you want to buy your village so that they can know that you invested, you helped the people in your village. I've always taught you guys over and over again, two poor people cannot help themselves. One has to get to the top before you throw the rope and help others. So if you play that village game, right? I only want to buy in my state. I have more property in Lagos than my state. I have more property in Abuja than my state. I'm going for where the property will appreciate. I'm not going for where I will have more investment in Dubai than in my state. Does it mean I will not later invest in my state? I will. But you see, you have to make it first before you say you want to help others. So, and I made those mistakes 2 years ago where I was just emotional about life, about investment, about even helping people, right? I've helped people before, and I that was trying to help them also lost everything. And I got so poor that I couldn't help anybody anymore. So it's important that you know, and this is very important. You want to do land banking, don't do emotions. Somebody say, so how can I contact you? Send me a DM. It's as simple as that. Send me a DM. So do not buy land banking out of emotions. Don't go into land banking out of sentiment, out of where I'm coming from, my village. Buy locations that appreciate in value. Buy in places where the return on investment is higher. Those are the factors that you should use to buy. Okay? And not out of emotions. Are you learning? If you're learning, type I'm learning. Okay. Number 6, get mentorship or guidance. So don't go into this business, okay, without having a mentor. And when I say mentor, I'm not talking of your lawyer. Okay, many of your lawyers don't even know real estate. I teach my lawyers real estate, and I kid you not, right? Because many of them haven't invested yet. The only thing they would sell to you is fear. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Because and you can't blame them because they're not investors themselves. They can only just tell you to be careful, and that's it. That's all you're going to be hearing from your lawyers. Be careful, be careful, be careful. They will scam you. Even when you have done the right decision, your lawyers most likely are still making you to be scared. So my advice is get somebody who is a mentor. And how do you know a mentor? Somebody who is already doing real estate, somebody who is successful in real estate, somebody who has made money in the real estate sector, and let the person guide you. Okay? Let the person guide you based on what they've done that has worked for them. Based on that, let them mentor you. So for me now, it's easy for me to sit down with Dr. Cosmos and learn. He's not a lawyer, right? He doesn't even have a degree. But the man has built his asset into billions of dollars. I'd rather sit with that kind of person. I'd rather do what that kind of person tells me to do than my lawyer or my accountant. Because I'm talking to somebody with experience. I'd rather buy from somebody from a Cosmos Maduka's property. Let's say assume Cosmos is not into real estate commercially, but he's into real estate privately big time because all where they have their car lots they own it. But let's assume he started an estate, right? And it's 100 acres or it's 200 acres, 1,000 acres. I'd rather buy from a Cosmos Maduka, right? Even if it's times 10 of the price I would buy from his neighbor next out there, than to be saying, oh, I want to talk to my lawyer. You know why? Because the kind of strategy, the kind of concept that a Cosmos Maduka will eventually build in that estate, the value will go up higher than just a neighbor because you need to understand how real estate grows. There are certain factors that make it grow. A property can be beside each other. One is way higher, the other is still looking and struggling because of town planning, because of the structure and the program of that location. Number 7, a background check or work with a real estate company that does so. Okay, so don't just go about, the chief, I know the king of the land, the area. That you know the king does not mean you are safe. I've gotten lands from so-called kings that they've already sold to 2 people. I was the 5th person they wanted to sell to. But because I know how to do my background check, I was able to say, Oga, Kabesi, with due respect, right? But this property has already been sold to other people. And you want to sell to me, so we start fighting. So you need to, and this is part of why I tell people, I say one of the best ways to really do this is just get somebody who is ahead of you, who is way wealthier than you, and just trust working with them. Okay, it's even how I started to. My first set of estate, I just bought into another bigger estate's own. So they had thousands of acres, and I bought my own 200 acre, and I moved on. Right? Because before any trouble will come to me, it will touch them first. They have more. And so I got protected. When I started directly trying to buy, I lost over 200 million. When I started trying to buy properties directly on my own. Because the first estate we got was an estate inside an estate. So I was covered. But after a while, I felt, okay, me too, I'm a big boy. I should know this thing. I should be able to buy on my own. And the first property, we had even made the initial payment. We wanted to erect signage. The area boss came out and said, who sold land to you? We mentioned the woman's name. I said, well, she's just like a rep, but you cannot do anything on this land. We're sorry. You know, and that's how the money went. Okay, I tried the second one. Before you know it, I've lost so much money. Okay, so the truth is this, guys, there's so much you can do if you have the right support, the right mentorship. Okay, but make sure your background check is done, or just get people who can help you and cover you. Now, last but not least, take action immediately. The best time to buy land was 10 years ago. The second best time to buy land is now. Can everybody type it? The best time to buy land was 10 years ago. The second best time to buy land is now. Come on, I want everybody to type it right away. The best time to buy land was 10 years ago. The second best time to buy land, okay, is now. So take action immediately. I've seen several stories where people will share about how, oh, we lost so much money. They told me to buy a particular property. I was even mocking them. I told them nobody is going to live there. I told them they were insulting me. And years later, I made a mistake. I remember meeting an 85-year-old man who said to me years ago they offered him a couple of acres in Surulere in Lagos. Surulere then was apparently outskirts, was bush, right? He said that this was well over 50 years ago. I told them, he said, look, I studied in England, and then you want me to be buying bush land and was speaking grammar, phonetics. The same Surulere today. Those of you who are Nigerians, you know how luxurious in terms of price point to buy land in Surulere, right? He said he regretted it so much. Now, guess the land he now, because what made us to connect was he was trying to sell a land for me. The next land he now got was Aton, another state entirely. But this time around, he's learned his lesson. He bought it and still sold it to me at a higher price point later, years later. So be wise and don't make mistakes, and try to take action when it comes to land banking today. How many of you are ready to invest right now in land banking? Just type me. How many of you? Okay, or you're just still gonna just say, oh, nice. Dr. Stevie, I love his sessions. I love what he teaches. He's good. Or you're buying now. How many of you are ready to buy right now? Okay, come on. How many of you are ready right away? So I'm going to stop here. Tomorrow I'll continue by giving you more tips on land banking, and I'll get to the main crux of today's show. So what is the offer that I have for you today? I can see a lot of you typing me. So many of you are ready to invest. What offer do I have for you today? Number one, I have 25% discount on 8 of our estates, but we'll focus on 2 of them today. You're getting 25% discount. You're getting a waiver of 2.5 million on the document fee. You're getting a waiver of 4.5 million on the development fee. And if you buy up to 3 plots, you either win an all expense paid trip to Israel or all expense paid trip to Maldives. And even if you don't buy up to that, you'll be part of a raffle draw on Friday, where you still stand a chance to win. If you didn't buy up to 3, if you bought 1 plot today, you will still stand a chance of winning one of the raffle draws. Offer, of course, is strictly if you're buying outright. Outright means you're paying all the money while we're on this show. So I'm going to be showing you the price point so you can see the discount you're getting. So let me see if I can zoom for some of you on IG. So you have Ikorodu, Sapphire Estate going for 17 million, and you have the opportunity to pay 7.5 million today. You have Beril Estate, Lagos Ibadan Expressway. It's just on the expressway. You're getting it for 7.5 instead of 17 million. You have Monia, White House Estate, Monia in Ibadan. Okay, and instead of paying 17 million, you are paying 3. I think there's a mistake on this one. Farouk is not 3.5, it's also 7.5 million. You made a mistake. So that is also going for 7.5 million today. And then you have the real estate Asaba Delta State. Instead of 17 million, you're paying 7.5 million. And then you have Sherry Lagos. Instead of paying 30 million, you're paying 17.25 million. Okay. You have the real estate Lagos Abeokuta Expressway. It's also on the express. You're paying 7.5 million instead of 17 million. And then you have White House Estate Aton. You're paying 5 million instead of 12 million. And then you have the real estate Kurudu in Abuja. Instead of 17 million, you're paying 7.5 million. Again, the rules of today's show is that only 10 plots are available. The offer ends after this live show, and it's strictly outright payment, not for installment, because of all the discounts you're getting. So I'm going to be taking a couple of questions from a lot of you. I know some of you have questions. I'll be willing to take them. But before I get into the question part, I want to show you a couple of information about this particular two estates that we're focusing on today. Tomorrow again, we zoom on another two estates. Okay. Now, this location is called Ikorodu, but it's before you get to the Ikorodu town. Um, it's before you get to the Ikorodu town, and Sapphire Estate Ikorodu. Now, Ikorodu is the largest sub of Lagos. Ikorodu has multiple access to it. You can enter Ikorodu either by, you can come into Ikorodu either from, you can come into Ikorodu either from the state. That's the whole way as this. You can come into Ikorodu via about three major access. Right? You can use what you call Ishawo Road, which leads you from Bega down to Ikorodu. You can have also coming through Mile 12, okay, and then you can come in through Ijebu Ode. Now, what's beautiful about Ikorodu is that there's so much project coming to that axis, and the place is rapidly growing. Okay, rapidly growing. Now, here is the vision. So I'm going to be showing you what we're working on here. So here's Ikorodu. Sapphire Estate we call it Sapphire Water City. It's located along Owutu Ishawo, which is close proximity to the next Fort Mainland Bridge. It's few minutes from our Greek bus stop and 10 minutes from our 12th market, making it a center location. So you are not even getting to Ikorodu itself. So the ability to easily access and get to Ikeja, main Lagos is very easy, quick, you're in and you're out. Sapphire City is also is going to be having luxury, green and smart home. Also by boat, you can get to VI in no time. Now here's how the houses, this is the 3D of the houses we're going to be building in Sapphire Estate, because we have the service plot, we have our own housing, we're going to be having a jetty that is going to be taking people from our estate straight to the island. We have water sports, water game. There will be so many projects that we have around that axis. Now, future that will be in the estate, there will be green and smart estate accessible by road and water, jetty to Victoria Island, road transportation to your own plots, electricity, renewable energy. We're using solar. We're not connected to the national grid. Centralized sewage system, cooking gas for the resident, because we are converting your waste to biogas for cooking. No generator, so you are able to use renewable energy and wind and other sources. No smoke emission, zero noise, luxury service plot in this particular environment. Okay, so again, you have 25% discount on way more than 25%, because when you then add the 2.5 million for documents and 4.5 million for development levy, which total is 8 million plus the actual price, you see that you're even getting I even put 25%, way more than that actually, because when you add all that, you are getting all those waiver off. So once you pay this money, there's no extra charges whatsoever that you're paying. Again, under this promo, normally if you buy plot from us, you still have to pay your document and development levy. But for this promo, you're not doing that. But again, there is a time-sensitive promo, 10 units only. You have to pay immediately while we're here. You also stand a chance to win trip to Maldives and the US. The second estate I'm going to touchlight today is Isheri. Jasper Estate Isheri. Now, Isheri is an interstate suburbs. Certain property in the region are located on both Lagos and Ogun State land. In addition, you have Channels Television, arguably the most popular news television in Nigeria. That's where the headquarters is in Isheri. You also have the Turkish International School. It's 5 minutes from Vega, 10 minutes from Magodo. In fact, technically by boundary, Isheri and Magodo share the same boundary. Okay, so this is really land are already selling from 70 to 150 million in that axis. Isheri is next to Arepo. Arepo is even way more. I remember selling Arepo at 4 million 2015. And now Arepo is going for 70 million in some estates. Okay, 70 million, some estates. So this tell you something about Sherry and the you have Rainbow FM, Turkish International School, Sherry, not GRA, Tinubu Estates, and a lot of estates. Is people live there already. Amazing location. So again, this is the 3D. We're going to be building our own housing. You are buying, if you're buying this plot, you're just buying the land part of it, which is a service plot. We're going to be putting hospitals, gym, electricity. It's a green and smart estate. That's C of O, accessible by road and water. We're going to provide electricity, central sewage system, biogas. We're going to be having gym, sports. We're putting artificial lake there. So you're going to be having lake. Yeah, several investors already. You can see different people have already, invested 30 million. This person bought Sherry in two plots. You have this person bought. So people are buying, and you can see different payments here. Different people investing already. This is going fast, and we're talking of people from. This is a Belgium-based investor who bought all the way from Belgium. We have several people, UK, US, Canada. We have beautiful testimonies of this estate. So watch this testimony of those who have already invested. Okay, so that's and he is also not in Nigeria. When he came, he then visited. This is Isheri when we launched it. Okay, guys. So I think I think you have enough to make decision right now. I want to thank you all for watching. We're gonna take questions at this point, and I think Farouk can help me as well with the question part. Thank you so much for learning. I hope you got value again. Please indicate if you learned something, if you got value, if you are happy spending this time with me. Okay, come on. I want to see your response. Some of you said no audio. Can you hear me now? I'm shocked that some said no audio. Can you hear me now? Those of you on YouTube and on those of you on YouTube and on Facebook, if you can hear me, kindly type I can hear you because I'm shocked some of you said you can't hear me. But on IG, can you hear me? Those of you on Instagram, can you hear me? Okay, beautiful. So Instagram can hear me loud and clear. Um, okay, I can see. Okay, everybody can hear me now. Good. So we're going to take questions. I want to hear your questions that you have. How many of you are ready to make payment today? So here's the number I need you to call right while I'm on this call to stand a chance of being part of today's event. Okay, plus 234 8188 111 plus 234, okay, 8188 111 again plus 234 8188 111 That's the number, and it's scrolling also on the screen for those of you watching on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm waiting for your question. Um, Waiting for your questions, but again, for those of you who want to buy right now, remember you have to make your payment immediately to be part of this amazing promo because this is an unusual offer that you're getting. It's not the usual. Okay, so you get an opportunity to be part of something great. Like somebody said, to be part of paradise. Absolutely, I agree. So I'm ready to take your question. If you have question, please feel free to type your question. Now, for those of you who joined us late, who are just joining, go to my YouTube or you can watch this video all over again um, to be able to learn what we discussed because I'm not going to repeat what we discussed, okay? Because the time I took almost an hour explaining that. So, Heavenly Joy. Either you go watch it all over again. You can go to my YouTube, Dr. S. Akintayo on YouTube, and you can watch the whole presentation. Okay, I'm sure you learned a lot. Again, for the numbers to call, it's plus 234 8188 111 Again, plus 234 8188 111 No question. Okay, Farouk, you can join me now. Let's have a few brief chat as we wrap up. Farouk is our head of PR and communication. Farouk, are you there? Hello, Farouk, are you there? Okay, Farouk will be joining us shortly. Yes, thank you. Yes, Dr. S. Akintayo on YouTube. There's no dot to it, just Dr. S. Akintayo on YouTube. You can join me right there. And you can watch the training of today all over again, entirely afresh. There's a lot to learn, and I hope those of you who have been here since I started. Did you learn something? Come on, how many of you learned something? Those of you who have been here since we got started, can you type I learned, I learned, I learned? I need feedback. Come on, guys. Those of you who are here since we started the show, can you type I learned, I got value? I want to know those of you who learned, I got value. Are you there? Just type I learned something, I got value. If this was amazing for you. Dan Dark learned and got value. Tex Coco Brigates got value. It's Zambi, Samuel Joe, everybody got value. Please, tomorrow we continue. It's going to be 4 p.m. UAE time, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. That will be 12 noon UK time. It's also going to be, it's going to be 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the USA. Somebody says, but can't hear the sound of the audio. I think it's from your end. I'm not sure it's from my end. If you can't hear the sound, maybe your network or something. So Farouk, what do you think about the offer we have right now? Can we have
Well, first of all, when I heard about the offer, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
First of all, when I heard about the offer, I was like, this is too good to be true because we've never done this before, right? I had to even chat to you about, sir, are you sure we are going to give this offer today? but understanding what the secret of land banking is what a lot of billionaires have done in the past. Even the first wealthy millionaires, the first millionaire was actually through real estate, right? So real estate is the foundation of all trades, right? You control the land, you control the world, you control the economy, right? So it's something that I'm even ready to invest in. I was talking to our accountant that if you can take it from my salary, give me 1 year. But he said it's outright only. so it's a fantastic offer. Not only are you not paying development fee or documentation levy, you're also getting 25% discount. So it's something I will advise everyone to key in because it's not going to last forever. It's just for 24 hours only. And Ikorodu and Isheri are fantastic locations to invest in. Personally, because many people used to abuse people that stay in Ikorodu that you are not staying in Lagos. There's this normal joke that you Ikorodu, you are not in Lagos, but I laugh because in the coming years, when the 4th Mainland Bridge comes and links from Ikorodu to VI, you will be struggling to get a place in Ikorodu. And just like people have said, you go to where people are going to buy land first, right? So that when they get there, they start to buy from you. So this is an opportunity for people to invest in land banking. This is the only chance you're actually going to get from GTEx because we're not going to give you this kind of offer again. It's a once in a lifetime offer. So we're waiting for your payment, outright payment only. Let the alerts be coming in. Pam pam. And again, it's for only 10 people. So if you get 10 people in the next 1 hour, I'm sorry, you're going to have to pay the full fee and pay the documentation and development levy worth 7 million naira. Right. So that's my feedback on it, sir.
Beautiful. Someone is saying, as my house, it says, I don't have a card to pay. How can I pay for the session, please? Which session are you talking about? Are you talking about Stephen Akhtar University? By the way, we're hosting the Unlock this Saturday. For the Stephen Akhtar University, if you go to the website, www.stephenakhtaruniversity.com, I don't know if IT can help me scroll that. If you go to the website, you will see an option to do transfer as well. If you want to sign up for Stephen Akhtar University, we're going to be hosting the Unlock. We're going to be learning about how high ticket closing, how do you sell expensive products and make good money for yourself and your family. It's going to be an amazing time with, so for Hasma's house, just go to the website. You will see transfer option under the Naira option. If you're doing dollars, you just have to pay with your card. We don't keep your card details, by the way. We don't keep your card details. Stripe is an international company. It's a UK company, and they handle all the transaction and they process the card. We don't keep any of your card details. So, but if maybe for those who are in Nigeria, sometimes card payment can be an issue. Then you can do transfer. I think that option exists for the Nigerian payment. Okay. It's Bambi says great session. Thank you, Bambi. I'm happy to know you got value. Isaac Emmanuel Glory says I no longer have access to the SAU. Yes, because it's a monthly payment. So if you didn't pay the next subscription, you won't have access and you miss the unlock this Saturday. So you go again, you can resubscribe all over again. That's why I always tell people, why not subscribe for the yearly package? That way for a whole year, right? You are learning, you're getting value. Some of you even say, oh, I don't have money to buy property yet. Why not start with Stimacta University? And by the way, the prices is increasing later today. It's now $99 every month from $47 we used to give it. So price is going up. Asma House says, what about the 18th free masterclass? Please still hold on that date. 18th, I'm not aware of any 18th. The masterclass we did was last week. That was last week, Friday, 10th of March, and it held. And we had a great time here in Dubai. The next one is, I think, 14th of April, but we're going to be putting that details later. Yes, so Farouk, what's your final word? Again, you want to put out the numbers to call as we wrap up for the day.
Okay, on 18th is downlock. So I believe the person was talking about downlock, but downlock is not free.
18th is downlock. 18th is downlock. 18th masterclass is downlock. And yes, that's just sign up on Stimacta University and you're good. There's no other event aside that lock event on the 18th. Right? Maybe somebody gave wrong information. Okay? Somebody says, can we do a recap on land banking? Why not just go watch the video all over again on YouTube? Dr. Esa Kinta, I've taken the pain and energy to train you. Now you want me to repeat and you didn't pay. Well, you know what? You can send in $5,000 and I'll repeat myself. Why not? Time now money, okay? Many of us don't understand the need to value people's time. You just come in. You don't know what it costs to have sat here for 1 hour. I'm losing money choosing to train you for free, okay? Because when people are wealthy, it's about the time. They are wealthy based on how they've maximized their time. That's why I would rather give you money than you wasting my time. My time is the only asset I have. It's precious to me. I don't even joke with it. I prioritize it. It's premium for me. Right? So I'm big on time. Yes, Farouk.
Okay, yes. So I just want to talk about some of the great things that we do as a company whenever you buy properties from us. So not only are you buying property from a well-established real estate company, we also have our integrity to show for it, and we have excellent customer service. So for example, you buy a property from us, regardless of your location in the world, we're going to send your document to you anywhere in the world free of charge. And the fantastic thing about this offer is normally you have to pay for documentation, pay for development fee, but now that you've been given this waiver, these documents will be sent to you within the next 4 weeks, right? So because it's going to be some back and forth, my name, make sure it's correct. Normally we give a timeline of 2 weeks, but we want to under promise and over deliver, right? So we give you between 4 weeks, wherever you are, Alaska, US, Dubai, Cameroon, Russia, Ukraine. We have our ways. Don't ask me, they're fighting war in Ukraine. We have our ways, right? So we're going to send your document to you anywhere in the world. Also, you can reach us 24/7 on that same phone number that is there. So I expect you to take this opportunity now, because again, this opportunity is not going to repeat itself. We're going to be having 4 days of this webinar: today, tomorrow, Thursday, and on Friday. And Friday is the last day. So take advantage of buying Ikorodu and Sherry today, because today is the final day of this offer. Ikorodu and Sherry, and outright payments only. Right. So I wish you all the best, and I congratulate you on becoming a landowner. I congratulate you on becoming a land banker. So if you have bought properties in the past, there is no limit to how many properties you can buy. And the fantastic thing about land banking is, just look at this concept. You are not saving your money, you are saving the land. Right? If you put your money in the bank, maybe they will give you £1 per day. But if you put your money in the earth, it grows. You put seed inside bank, it does not grow. You put seed in the air, it grows.
See what happened to the Silicon Valley, see what happened to the Silicon Valley bank that just collapsed yesterday. Like that. A whole bank, and even a lot of Nigerian tech startups put their money in that bank. Right? A whole bank just gone like that. People literally couldn't withdraw their money with that Silicon Valley bank yesterday. Gone. Boom. A whole bank. US bank. Not an African bank. US bank. Gone. Just like that. And why? What happened? They put most of their money in treasury bills and government bonds. So this wasn't even a case of maybe the company management mismanaged the company's asset. No, they put their money in company's bond, but of course, because of raising of interest rates, right? So what happened was that what was coming in, okay, the value of those bonds became almost as good as dead, right? And more people wanted to collect their money than what they really have. And boom, the whole bank gone, disappeared. But if you have bought a land and you bought it right, not only are we going to be saying, will you get your money back, is that the property is appreciated in value. The money you keep in the bank it's called savings account. They're shaving your hair, right? You're not making anything on top, right? So I hope people are smart. I hope people take advantage of this. We're going to be letting you know tomorrow, those who were able to take advantage of the offer for today, Sherry and Ikorodu estates. Tomorrow we meet again and we'll discuss 2 more estates, and we'll also discuss about land banking, and you also have the opportunity for another 2 estates. So by tomorrow you can't have access to Sherry and Ikorodu anymore. It's only for right now. So once tomorrow again, there's only 2 more left, and like that's how we do it till we wrap it up on Friday. Love you all. Farouk, thank you so much for putting this together. Good job. Well done. Try and help share the YouTube link, because a lot of those who couldn't make it physically, at least they were able to watch the YouTube as also. Then can I have Jamil look into, I wasn't seeing how many viewers we have. I think I normally see that before now. So if you can correct that ahead of tomorrow. Love you all. God bless you. Good night, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Or good morning. For those of you in the US, it's good morning. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everyone.